Got it. So with my earlier class, I needed to monitor. Let's see, I guess. Where's this? Done. Shut that down. It's gonna wait. Like this. Full screen. This student. Okay. All right. Let's see. I think that's going, and we're going to start here for right now. Let me check attendance one more time. You guys look good. All right. So I'm just going to have to assume that it's working. So it's kind of been on the fritz all day. We'll just do the best that we can. So what I ended up having to do, it just kind of kept crashing and not showing my screen. So now I'm monitoring my live as I stream just so I can see it. Yeah. And it looks okay for now. So let me see, as far as announcements go, so just a quick overview of the schedule of events. We're pretty much entering the home stretch, right? We're entering the home stretch in that, let me see, so this week we're gonna work on homework from section 3.1, get through as many questions as we can. Then next week is the last of the new material. That's gonna be section 6.4, further topics in algebra. And that's generally solving a system of equations, right? The week after that is the Thanksgiving break. So we're going to meet on that Monday, and more than likely that Wednesday is a holiday where we won't meet. After the Thanksgiving break, we come back. We meet on that Monday and Wednesday. That's the last week of class. So that Thursday and Friday should be the reading period. Even though, we don't meet on the Friday or Thursday or anything like that. Seems like it's frozen. Because it should have switched the screen. Okay, so it's this thing. Yeah, I think it's notability that's marking stuff up. I think that's what it is. And I really think what it is that, Apple has done an update, the latest iOS version or whatever. And I think that some of the apps just aren't fully ready. So let me give that a moment. See, it doesn't look like it's showing. Okay, let me stop the share and just share it again. Let me see if there's somebody in the waiting room. I'll get him. All right, let's try this again. Let's see if that works. Okay. So, we come back, we have the holiday break, we come back. That's the week after the holiday is the last week of class. So we meet on that Monday and Wednesday. That Thursday and Friday is the reading period. Even though we don't meet on that Thursday and Friday, but you shouldn't meet any of your courses on that Thursday and Friday because that's the reading period. The week after that is the first full week of December. So that's when the final exam week. I think I scheduled my final exam to become available that Sunday at 11 a.m. It's cumulative. You can anticipate it being cumulative. So, basically a little bit of everything from the beginning to the end. Let me see what else. So with that being the final exam week, what that means is, the hard deadline is rapidly approaching. The hard deadline is that Friday, December 9th at 11:59 p.m. So the recommendation is you want to go ahead and just go ahead and finish everything that's on Pearson, right? You should be able to finish everything. If you need a lecture, the pre-recorded lectures are available. You have whatever we did together. I think the pre-recorded lectures have a little bit more value. Well, it's different. The pre-recorded lectures go through all of the material, but then our live sessions hold, if you guys had any questions or anything, and it's a different dynamic. And then also, if you're trying to improve your overall grade, my recommendation, you want to prioritize your old exams first, as they count for nearly 80% of your overall grade. So you would want to, if you don't go back to anything, you want to definitely, if you made below a 90, you want to definitely try to improve, try to get your exam scores to as high as possible. And the system is set to take your highest score, right? You still get unlimited attempts all the way up until that hard deadline. And then the last thing to prioritize are the old homeworks, right? That's going to be a lot of work for a little bit of points. The homework is really just there to kind of prepare you for the exam, to give you some practice so you can see the concepts and get some reps in. But yeah, I think that's the bulk of it, right? So let me check on you guys in Zoom. Who do we have? We are missing someone, but that's fine. There's usually like one person there, but that's okay. Let's see what else. Okay, so today let's take some time and go through as many of the homework questions together as we can from section 3.1 on exponential functions. So given this function, we're asked to find f of -2. So when x is -2, let's see. So you replace x with -2. So we're going to have 3 to the power of -2. A negative exponent causes the fraction to flip. So instead of that being a 3, that's going to be 1/3. So then 1/3 squared is 1/9. All right, so 1/9. Next. Now is it frozen again? Let me. I don't know if it's frozen because there's a lag. So I just don't know how long the lag is, but it's not showing, at least on the live feed. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's showing anything. So that's good to know. Let me stop the share and just share the screen again. Maybe Zoom needs to be updated. Maybe it's Zoom is the culprit. All right, we should be here. Okay, now it seems like it's kind of responding. Okay, so for this exponential function, we're asked to evaluate f of 3.5 and use a calculator as necessary, right? So for something like this, I prefer to use my trusty dusty rusty calculator. This guy right here, right? Gonna go like this. That is kind of large. That's okay. All right. So what I like to do here in my y equals, I'll put the original equation. So we have this 4 to the power of 1 minus x, like that. Okay. And then I'm going to call on the function I just typed in, like we've been doing all semester. And we're going to put in 3.5, right? So when it's a decimal like that in the power, then calculator is the simplest way to go. It says round it to 3 decimal places. So if we go 3 decimal places, it's 0, 3, 1. After the 1 is a 2. The 2 tells us to stay the same, either round down or stay the same. Those mean the same thing. So we're going to put in 0.031. 0.31. All right. So given this function, find f of 4. So when x is 4, we're going to have 1/2 to the power of 4. So that's 1/16. Okay. This one we need to take some notes. Let me check something really quickly. Okay. So we need to take some notes here. Let's go like this. And let's get a screenshot. Okay. All right. So let's take that. I'm going to drop it right here. And let's walk through it. All right. Okay. So find an exponential function of this form. So we want to model this data. We're given 2 pieces of information and we want to fit it to this model, this exponential model. Okay. So let's plug in what we have. So now let's see. If we don't have any information on C, so we're just going to let that be. We don't have any information on A just yet, but we are given that when X is 0, the corresponding Y is 9. Okay. And then let's go ahead and plug in. Well, actually here, A to the power of 0 collapses to 1, right? So then that implies that C equals 9. So then we can take this along with the second piece of information and put it all together. So if we have that C is 9, we can go ahead and just put that in. We don't have any information on A. Now, if we use the second piece of information, when X is 3, the corresponding Y is 72. Okay. So then if we divide both sides by 9, we get A to the power of 3 equals 8. Take the cube root on both sides, A equals 2. Okay. So we were able to find C was 9 and A is 2. Okay. So then to model this, we're going to have f of x equals 9 times 2 to the power of x. And, you know, if this were a testing environment, it would be a good idea to, like, you know, you want to test, test the order pairs that's given to make sure that they work in this model, right? So we got 9 times 2 to the power of x. Okay, let's give it a go here. We don't need this. So we said, come on. All right, I got to get rid of this. 9 times 2 to the power of x. Okay. Let's go on to the next one. Let's do another before we check attendance again. All right, so we're asked to graph this function. So it doesn't look like we have too many participants. Actually, I see what I needed to see, right? I'm the only one here. So I know how to do this stuff. So there's no need for me to do it myself. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyway, though. Just this one. I'm not wasting my time. Let's see, 2 to the power of x. Let's zoom out like this. And then I think I gotta click on a button for that to behave. No. I clicked somewhere last time. Come on. Yeah, this thing is temperamental. There we go. That did it. Okay. So 2 to the power of x will be C. All right. All right, guys. So since nobody's in the call, I am going to go ahead and, get some rest for my next class. In case you do watch this, you're welcome to watch one of my other ones because I have like 3 other classes that do the same thing, right? So you can watch one of their sessions and you know how to reach me if you have a question about anything. Okay, guys? But otherwise, we're going to go ahead and end the session here. And from one beautiful mind to another, enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Peace.